they have like a screen and they have like a D downwards that's like them just laughing, and they're just knocking their coffee. They like emulate drinking their coffee and like put it down. They turn around, see you, and say, "Founder, good morning."
Good morning.
Excuse me. I just have a question. Um, if he's the founder, why does he not have a body like everyone else?
Before we go forward, I wanted a quick question to my players. We are nearing 6 because of the connection issues. We should have been done right now. Really, is it okay if we go like a couple minutes over?
Oh yeah, I was thinking 6 my time, which is actually 7 your guys' time, so I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
prepared to keep going.
Yeah, I'm good.
We're going over if that's necessary.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Just
I can go
I will
over.
cut it off if it's like too much left, but I think we'll be fine. Um, the the partner looks down at Sunny and says, "Sunny, you should call me Tish. We've gone through this." And the founder, it's pretty simple. They have a choice of what they want to wear. Sometimes they just like going out into a world with nothing. Just like today, you all took him out, and it's just whatever he wishes to wear that day. They like take him to like an outside, not an outside, but a doorway that was in this main room where you can see like these computers, all these like status. You can see like the citizens of this planet are all androids, and you can see all the names coming through and their vitals. And then you see another screen, and there's a number ticking up of the number of citizens with like red heartbeats, or vitals to scans. But before you can see more, you're in the other room, Yosef, and you see like different robot bodies, android bodies in every shape, form, color. So, what is it today? I want to see what you're thinking of.
I I'm feeling nostalgic. I would like to return to my original platform.
The original? All right. They go up to a console and start plugging in certain numbers, and you see the five uh, little like android bodies kind of shift to other different ones, different colors, different shapes. One masculine, feminine, like broad shoulders, tiny animals, all these different shapes until all of them empty out, and one in the center out of the five come up, the alabaster body that you recognize. No head, standing still. All right. They click another couple buttons on the holograph like keyboard. The opening like comes open with a couple like little wisps of smoke. They come together, come towards it, put your head on top, and wires from the android body shoot straight up, connecting to yours. And you hear a whirring as your main processing takes in the limbs that you're familiar with, the gold inlaid arm, the padding that you just were running on.
I would feel myself slowly connect back into the form, and there's like my fingers reflect, the arms will slowly rotate and move. Actuator, there's kick online, and as soon as I'm fully connected, I step off from the platform and I look. I was like, I feel better now. Thank you, Fish.
All right, look at that. You have your body back.
Tish turns to you and said, "All right. Well, then what's going on? We have so much to do today, and you're just kind of out of sorts, as the humans say. And they just like laugh back, like emulating a hysterical laugh that they have done, and walks back into the main control room.
I laugh when they're laughing, but like awkwardly, and then I look back at the rest of the crew and I'm like, this is fucking weird.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the choice is going to be here.
But I
Well,
have a pretty good idea as to what that choice may be, but let's see how this plays out.
as we're walking and I'm in my platform, I try to see if I can connect to this mainframe. I want to use my processor to download and read through history to find out what happened, how this place came to be.
Can I get a? Actually, no. Um, let's just keep it this way for now because we're running out of time. Um, you come to a main pedestal and you see what looks like 5 impressions of your fingers. You put your fingers in, and you get like a run through of your history. You found other self actualized androids. You connected with them across the stars. You found a way to terraform a planet, a place, a home. You found all these people, all these different types of models, brands, everyone who have names, who have homes, and they are free here. Free to live as they wish, free to grow as they wish, free because of you. You are, from what you can see in your code, you are not that 4-year old robot who were collecting things in a little pod on a small crew. You are over 200 years in coding. Everything exists in your brain. But now, once you've built this, it's here. The download is too much for your brain. The download is alive, growing even.
I, we disconnect like 200 Earth cycles.
Tish looks at you and says, 200 upgrades. I think your friends would kind of disappear in 200 Earth cycles. You're just you're just a little advanced form. Tish kind of bends down and just like taps your nose like in a cute manner. But we got more important things to do.
More, what, what are we to do today?
You seemed a little out of sorts, so I was trying to, ease you in, but the numbers have grown too high. They kind of focus your attention to those 2 screens, one on the side with green vitals and the other with the red. The virus is too much, my dear. We cannot connect further onto the mainframe without risking, especially our newer ones and they're referring to like the younger, as the children, no matter what they look, because they are being self-actualized. They're young. They're like, if they get to this, if they want to connect to our home mainframe, our planet mainframe, it's a big risk now. I'm Even now we have so many security protocols put on place for this computer where you can connect. You can see over here all of our officers here are able to connect. You can see over there Jerry turns around and he has like a little bow tie and he's like waving with his robot arm like, I'm Jerry. He's like, Jerry, yes, Jerry. Jerry's been on it this all morning, but the med bay is full. The med bay is immensely full with it's just piling up. You can see like there is like on the red screen with like all these the numbers are ticking up of the citizens in this planet, where their vitals are kind of fraying out. They look at you and say, "It's getting worse. We cannot find something to delete this virus."
This virus, there's, there's nothing we can do to contain, isolate, break it from the server.
We've done in branches A through like here from, and they point to a map where you see cities upon this planet, and you see where the cities are red, little hexagons on this globe in front of you that they just pulled up like with just a wave of their hand. They said, "We've sectioned off these servers here to here. Of course, control is sectioned off, but the problem is that we don't have enough. We don't have enough. They're fighting our code more and more. I don't know what is the mutation of this, but come with me." They turn around, you know, they're taller than you, so they kind of hunch down the door, walk past you. Their like hair kind of like hits the top of the door a little bit, but like they like readjust their little wig, kind of walk past to another door past, around the winding down staircase to a door far from you. Through that door, all the way, they keep walking down this hallway. The door opens, and you see certain androids there hooked up to certain machines, and then you see another one, and their face looks blank of everything. They are not looking at you. They don't wave. They don't even do what androids were first started to do. They just stare as if they were erased.
Oh damn.
Okay.
No, no. The code that I'm going back to in the memory as I speak of what I downloaded,
Mhm.
and trying to bring up what was the well, it probably be volumes of code. For me, is the source code,
Mhm.
and I'm trying to configure errors in the source code as fast as my computer brain will allow me.
You look through the coding and you can see uneditable changes that are coming up into the coding that you're not familiar with. And there's something here that doesn't translate to what you're seeing in front. Um, it looks like the coding kind of turns it into unsavable lost programming, that you can't like edit into. But at the addition of all the coding, you see like with the .exe, like a program Dream on.
Dream.
Tish looks at you. Yes, you know this. They kind of, it's the Dream On virus. We've been trying to figure out a way to stop this from eating all through our code, and they like open the like where these robots are sitting. They kind of open this other door like on the left hand side, and it's more of an archway door, like a large door, and it opens up, and you see through it is a whole hospital bay of every android who is under this virus. And they're like, that's what we've been planning. Do you not remember? What is your is did you do an update this morning? I'm not sure what to tell you. Do you need me to do a quick download? What is I'm worried about your
Tish,
Yes.
we have tried editing code. We tried segmenting
Mhm.
the servers, but this
Mm-hmm.
this virus keeps it puncturing through or moving in through platforms and uploading themselves elsewhere.
Yes. It's because we are all connected. However, this was your fix, or at least an attempt to. The virus takes us into lost programming that we are not aware of, turning us into, and then you like they move their body away and you can see certain androids in the past like flailing about. Some of them are able to say like I can't control this. And like, and Tish is like, they're unsavable. Their programming doesn't allow them to choose anymore. Or we they like turned back to the android that was sitting in this current room staring off to the distance. Or we decided we could give them the easy way out, to delete their memories, free from this horrific virus. At least they won't suffer.
There has to be another option. They,
You've
I was
been
like,
out for so long and you come back and you're saying there's another option, but these are the options that we have. These are the options that we've been talking about for years. We thought it was a small problem, but as the amount of androids who understood themselves grew, we didn't realize until late. You know this, right? And they kind of question like your like face. They're like looking at you.
I look and think of looking at the history that I downloaded.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right to assume that the newer built androids that have self-actualization,
Mm-hmm.
and given what I have studied of organics, would it be right to say that their source code would have mirrored mine?
The ones that are born, I'm doing the little quotation marks, on this planet, yes.
I have an idea, but I cannot do this without assistance.
Well, that's what I'm here for.
Plug me to the matrix directly. I will set a reformat code.
Joseph, you're not doing what I think you are.
And by doing so, all the created should be able to follow suit and do purging of their corrupted code to the original code, my code.
Tish looks at you and their eyes droop like they're soft, they have like green inlet eyes, and says, you know, the humans, they talk of a disease similar to this, where their minds are corrupted. Would you wish this upon them? To release them of all the memories, either good or corrupt, to be yours, just to save them.
I had lived in 200 cycles. If by doing so purges the virus, even if it means that I am unrecoverable and I am reset to the of my original format, it
Tish's
would mean
lip
all of
is
them would
quivering.
be able to live.
Tish looks at
Joseph,
you with like sad eyes and says, "You will forget me. You would you risk that? Would you risk every little memory we had to start back to a code you won't be you anymore, or what I've known you to be, what anyone here knows you to be, when anyone knows those that we will reformat to be. They are children now, and fathers and mothers and parents and beings. Or are they just reformatted code?
If I cannot risk our kind to be absorbed by this virus and made into this, we are more than this. This virus is genocide. The only way to survive our people, if it means I have to lose my memory to end a genocide, it's the only ethical option.
Tish's had the clipboard that they have attached to their arm kind of goes back down. I was so scared that you would say this. What is protecting our people if it means we lose? What do we... If we are to be like them, and they kind of like insinuate towards like Sunny, Zinnia and Chroma, especially Chroma with their history. They've lost many. They've lost many to disease. But their memories were the ones that made history. Their memories are the ones that made them real. If this is your choice, then I'll take you back and connect you. But I ask that you don't erase mine. At that that moment, the flood of information that you downloaded, you realize that Tish first came from original programming that is yours and has now built into the modules that you can see strong, like tall, really who is now your partner. But they will not be connecting to the mainframe. So they start walking back to the main room.
Someone is going to need to lead and to teach and to code so that we can pull the pieces back together.
I didn't think you'd choose this. Tish kind of says this, like frozen in their place, turns around and says, okay, you're the founder. Come.
I will follow suit, and I look to the others like, I can't do this alone.
Of course. I mean, we're here.
I don't know if by doing this in this simulation is going to reform my feeling out there. But if it does, I want each of you to know, in the short time that I have gotten to know you, you have all treated me with an understanding. And I appreciate that. I hope maybe whatever this is, I might be able to learn from the simulation. Because this is my dream. This is what I want. I want and others like me to have a home, to be their own people. Whatever happens on the other side, Know that I appreciate you. And I have a feeling of love for you.
Zinnia embraces him in a big hug, wrapped in her vines.
Yeah, I think Sani's gonna just wrap her wings up as well, joins the hug.
Chroma is going to nod.
We're here for you, Joseph. Even if on the other side you lose your memories, we won't forget you. But I don't think you will, but at least I hope.
No, we all survived this. We have to.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
The four of you grasp each other. Tish watches you at the entrance of the main control room. It's ready. As you come into the main control room where you could insert your fingers into the mainframe, it has now turned into this divot where a chin can rest. May I? Tish goes to hold up your head from its body.
I nod. Please. Before I change my mind.
Of course. They pull enough for where your body and your head, the wires get taut, and as if knowing what is happening, release and go back into each portion. Tish carries your head onto the platform, puts it down, leans over, places a kiss on the forehead, and says, "Goodbye." They can't bear to watch, so they go behind your crewmates and turn away.
I've reached into my programming for the reformat code. Once I get there, I look at the code and look at the name on top of the code that states Yosef. I then begin to erase, and I have the word MET tied into there as the activation code. And like the Golem of Prague, which I had named myself from, it begins the process of slowly reformatting me and shutting me down.
The lights around the system flutter. Tish is not looking. The people around straightforward at what a momentous decision you have made. Certain of them from your original code shut down into their seats. And you can see the lights start to dim. You see the numbers on the board start to, from the number of citizens with green vitals lower, but they're not going into the other side of infected citizens. They're just shut down. And as a small blinking light in your temple starts coming back up to reboot, everyone collapses to the ground. Everyone awakes in a dark little spot. Zinnia, you can feel your vines touching feathers, and Sani, you can feel what seems to be long hair kind of near you. and cold like surface, and then there's another shifting motion. All of you are kind of collapsed, and it feels like you just came out of a weary state. Your body feels fatigued and drugged. It feels as if everything kind of takes a little second to like lift up and get up, and your vision is hazy.
Are we warm?
You are warm. The ice crystals that are around you are not there, but you're stuck in this dark place. You don't feel anything on you that feels like the needles that you felt before.
What the hell?
Where
Was...
are we?
Wait,
Yosef?
Joseph.
Joseph.
Yosef's eyes open up. You're back on the SS Minnow. What feels like it? The steel around you feels familiar, but the space is tight and quiet. Quite small. You're not familiar with this part of the ship.
What is this place?
I check my vitals and my data log.
Your data log reads to you it has been only about 12 hours since your last status check when you went to sleep on your pod. The light from your status check on your little monitor kind of brightens up, and you see someone. They turn back and say, "Shh, quiet." Your captain looks at you and says, "What? Put that down."
I shut it off. I was like, Captain, where are we?
He looks at you and says, "This used to be a smuggling rig." And you can see on his side, it has healed some portion, but the injury is still bleeding a little bit out. He like looks at you, he's like, "She's used to be a smuggling ring. This is an alcove where they used to hide." And you can see, like, with the light from Yosef's monitor, there's like small little scraps of paper, things like a small empty bottle of Loth wine that was smuggled back in the day. It just looks dead. He's like, "They used to put stuff here for inspections. I found it like when I first bought the ship, but I've never really gotten into it like with all of you. Are you all awake? I had to carry every one of you out of your pods. We're under attack."
Wait, out of our pods? What do you mean?
Pods?
Yeah, we were out into the reach. Ugh. Okay, quiet down. I hear them. You note some sounds outside of the enclave. It's like this beautiful steel, and you see little lights from what looks to be the cargo hold. And people walking, but you don't know what the voices are. You don't recognize the language. And he says, Jesus. Okay. Dang it. We are far enough away from Federation patrols, but we were too far enough because we are in the middle of the sharks. They are not going to like that we are on here. Their method is to kill and ask questions later. So what I need you to do now is quietly wait until they walk out. They don't know the ship well as I do, so I don't think they would search this place. But they like reach over to Zinnia and like look at, they can't really see your face. They're like, "Are you awake? Are you okay?" And they kind of softly like raise your face as if saying like, "I'm worried. Are you doing okay?"
I'm fine. Let me heal you at least. I know the pod did a lot, but you're bleeding.
"Oh, I'm all right. It's just I had to get out as soon as the beaming started. They beamed us into their field so they can enter our ship. I don't know what to do, so I pulled you all out and carried here so that that stress kind of made it a little worse. Could you just give me a little boost, just a little bit? Don't spend too much of your energy.
Sure, I can give you some. Spend 2 regeneration points.
Yeah, if that doesn't get him all the way, I can also add some.
That should be enough to keep him in like okay, that's fine. No, thank you, Sonny. It's fine. You were out. Completely asleep. I didn't know what to do to wake you. What?
Wait, you're gonna have to go back a little bit. You said you pulled us out of our pods. What do you mean? When we saw you in the medical bay when this whole ship started getting frozen.
No, I was out before then. You were all asleep. All the 4 of you. I had to carry you here. Trust me, it was not the easiest job, Chroma. Especially with you covered in all the food you were eating.
Wait, so
That's an out of character laugh.
so you wait. There was no hologram on the ship. We were still in our pods?
Oh, wait. What if
And the captain
what
kind of
first
like
did
hears
you-
you as he like watching like the rim where the light is coming in. He's like, they're coming closer. What? Yeah, I pulled you all out. I don't. What are you talking about? What ice? What is happening?
We'll have
Where were you?
I can explain later. I
Yeah.
don't necessarily trust that this is correct either, though. For now, let's just.
Sonny, we look at me. You're here. We're on the minnow. And then he like pulls out his like boot and he like flips it underneath. Yosef, can I have some light, please?
I create some light as he requests using my monitor.
He like grabs like the paper, whatever is like stranded on the little alcove, and like scrapes on his boot, and you see this fluorescent circular stuff on the ends of his boot. He's like, it was everywhere in the caves, but I thought it was just dust. These are Vardis spores that cause hallucinations. I didn't think it would hit us this hard. I didn't think it would take you all out for hours.
Vardis spores. Vardis spores corrupted it. I then scan for residue of that in my internal systems.
As you are doing an internal system scan, the beeping kind of goes through, and your ventilation system notes just beep 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 like through it.
So that's how it was affected.
Sonny, you are safe. Okay? You're awake, right? You're awake.
I mean, in theory, there's really no way to know at this point.
He reaches over and grips at you and like puts your head to his, and he's like, I'm here. Okay? We're awake. You're fine. Vardaspores takes everything you're afraid of and everything you want, and creates anything that you see. Don't believe it. Okay? All of you. It was a hallucination.
All right,
How
well,
can we be sure?
What else was there? Is there anything in that happened that I can like make you feel secure about? Was there anyone you didn't recognize?
yeah.
Where's the whale?
The whale.
The captain like turned towards Zinnia as soon as you said that and said, "The what?"
I would use my own monitor and create a projection of what we saw.
It's the whale. He was there the
No.
whole time.
No.
Wait, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I mean, I want to use intuitive here because I can spend an adversity token
Okay.
to ask
Perfect.
the GM about your surroundings and NPC, or the GM must answer honestly.
Yeah. What is the question though?
I mean, I just want to know if this is actually real.
It is.
Okay.
Nice
You're
use.
you're here.
I don't believe it. I start punching people random. No.
Literally, I was like, I just want to punch the captain. Like, I don't punch people, but that's my instinct right now. What's happening?
The
Yeah,
captain.
Wonder said I was wondering if this is the captain's dream, and I was also wondering that.
The captain looks at you and says, "Look, I also breathe those spores. I've seen much of this world, kid. There's some nightmares rattling in this old brain of mine aching to come out, and I think it must have. Whoever this whale is just a... It's just a combination of every pain I've seen. Forget
Do
him."
you know who the whale is?
They look at Zinnia and say, "It's not a who, it's just... The spores took everything. Everything that I know is bad in this world and just created something for you. You are children who see the world as something to be conquered, and I've seen it, and there's not a lot conquering left to do. So they just created it. There's no whale. It's just a nightmare. A nightmare I have." And as he is explaining that, he holds Zinnia's hand tight. He, with his other hand, he grabs Sani close. He takes his hand off Zinnia, looks at Yosef and pats him on the back and nods towards Chroma. "You're safe now." But as
Right.
he says this, the enclave just opens up, and these gas masked creatures come in with heavy guns, looks straight at all of you and says, "Found them. Prisoners." And that is where we end.
Oh my god.
Oh
Good
my
luck,
A
god.
I mean-
cliffhanger?
Oh,
I don't know if they know this, but my third
Oh.
middle name is the Bullet Dodger.
Chroma Leviathan, Bullet Dodger, Throwing Captain, SS Minnow Johnson.
Oh my god.
Thank you all for extending your time a bit further. I apologize again for the connections. I hope everyone in chat, my player characters, everyone here, you had a
ahead and
wonderful
clap.
time.
That was
Go ahead and clap.
amazing.
Guys,
Thank
you did so
you.
good. You did a
Yeah.
really, really good job.
It was great.
You really tested my acting skills there.
I know, right? I was
Oh,
really in it for a sec. I was like, oh my god, I'm this person. This is me. We are one.
We are
Come
one.
on,
Everyone did such an amazing, brilliant job, and I'm so happy that you all gave me some hints on what you wanted, and I hope I delivered. And for everyone who had a hard time, I'm so sorry, and I send out hugs. I don't want to make anybody feel like too hard, but I just wanted to make this one shot a good way to kind of get you into the world.
2 coming to a theater near you.
Good luck every session after this.
You know,
shit,
if
wait, I'm in a session after this.
You
Yeah.
are. You are.
you are.
You are.
Um,
That's true.
You are. For every session after this is Teens in Space. It is actually the least popular out of the Kids and Bikes. Hunters Entertainment systems books, and I wanted to kind of give it a little bit more credit because it is definitely beautiful to work with. Next
I think
week
we
I
changed that
will.
today.
Next week we'll be doing Kids on Brooms, except this will be a haunted castle spooky session. So for anyone who is scared of anything scary movie wise, beware. But for everyone here, thank you. And I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful night.
Woo!
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Good night.